What we've got on this build is a lot of stainless steel pipes that are going to various copper pipes, like there, look. Stainless steel into copper, into random isolation valves that have been under the floor. Got a random bit of plastic here, which is then clipped up with a screw, onto a John Guest elbow, then onto a bit of poly pipe, onto a compression coupler, onto stainless steel. So you can see just how much stuff has been bodged onto in this house. So that's all coming out. So then, day one on this build. This build has been in the process of, I've looked at it probably 4 or 5 months ago. The lads have been building onto it. Basically, this was the original house here, and this is the extension off here. But there is so much work going on inside here. It's going to be a big old project. So let me take you in and show you exactly what we've got to do on this job. To put it into perspective, that's the incoming main right in the porch, or the existing porch. So what we've got, let's take you into the madness. We're literally having windows put in and everything. It's all go. The lads have been here probably 3 months building, getting studs up, adding the extension on. A quick walk around. New toilet going in down here. What's that going to be? What's that, Scotty?
That's pantry.
Pantry there. So we've got toilet there, pantry there. This is the existing hallway. That's the existing side of the house. This is going to be completely open plan kitchen. It's going to be, Sparkies are running around, look. Completely open plan kitchen. Units are going to be down that back end. So this is going to be a complete massive dining area. As far as I'm aware at the moment, they're having underfloor heating in here. They were going to have column rads all around the outside, but it's just not going to put the heat output that they need in here. This bit is going to be the kitchen area. This is a little utility area. And inside here, tell it's 10 o'clock, look. Inside here, boiler's going to go on here, routing the primaries over to there because we're having a pressurised cylinder over at that far end. I'll take you through there quickly and show you what we've got upstairs, because it's a big old build, this one. Existing part of the house, rads are staying. So the existing heating system is sort of staying in place, but we're adding on to it as we go along. Pressurised cylinders going inside here. To put it into perspective, the boiler is over there. So primary is going to come into here. 300 litre megaflow pressurised system going in here. They currently have a gravity fed system. We're ripping all this out today. This bathroom's coming out, new bathroom's going in here. New bathroom in here. Electrician here. Got rads going in here. I don't know where the rads are going yet. I assume on these walls. Are they going on there?
There. No. I'd assume probably, possibly that one and that one.
On the back of there?
Yeah. I'll speak to
so yeah, we're possibly going to go
maybe
there.
Maybe a tall one over here. But
and a column one there, yeah. We'll have to have a look. But yeah, main bedroom. Going to put rads in here. Same again in here, rads in here, work out exactly where. So yeah, it's a little bit of a job, this one. So we're going to get stuck into it. All the water's off, all the heating's off, everything's drained down. First thing we've got to do is rip out that airing cupboard, get our head around what's going in and where, and then we can move forward from that. Right, welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone is doing okay. I want to start this video off by saying a huge thanks to everybody who is subscribed to the channel. We have now hit 30,000 subscribers. So I woke up this morning and I had an email from the YouTube studio to say that he'd hit a milestone. 30,000 subscribers of the channel. It is just brilliant. Thanks so much for everybody who has ever liked, commented, subscribed to the channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. If you've been here for ages, then I really massively appreciate all the views, all the likes, all the comments that I get. It's massively humbling. When I started the channel nearly 3 years ago, I didn't think we'd get here. So you must like the content I'm putting out. So I will do a giveaway. It's come too quick. I haven't managed to get everything together, but I will be doing a giveaway. It'll be a big one, load of Unilight stuff, a load of Vito Pro Pack stuff, and I'll just get a load of stuff together to give away to one or two. I might do a load, 1 or 2 or 3 of you, but you've got to be subscribed. So if you're not, hit the subscribe button and you'll be in with a chance of winning, I'm going to say, a good few £100 worth of gear. Anyway, let's get on with the video. Today's video is the beginning of me being on a job. You'll have seen it at the start of going to a job, and what I want to do is take you through the first 3 days of how a renovation like this, how you have to sort of attack it or go at it. Getting my head around the build, there's loads going on. There's going to be a new boiler, new pressurized cylinder, 2 new bathrooms, I think, heating system, underfloor heating, loads of stuff going on. So we've got to get there, we've got to rip out the existing stuff. We're keeping part of the house, keeping the heating in part of the house. We're connecting on the new stuff. So you'll see how I'll go about working out where everything's got to go, where the pipework's got to go, what's got to be fed, how we're connecting onto stuff. It's quite a busy video. I just finished editing it up and then I'll do the intro. So if you wondered how that works, I'll edit the video and then I'll film this bit because I know what's coming, if that makes sense. I think you'll really enjoy it because it is, as always, a real world plumbing view of getting into a job of that scale and just seeing what you have to do and where you have to run pipes, and being completely aware of all the other trades. Electricians are trying to get cables through joists and all that sort of stuff. So I'll let you get on with the video now. As always, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, drop me a comment below. Let me know what you think to the process and how manic this is for the first few days of starting the first fix on quite a big house extension. So also what we've got on this build is a lot of stainless steel pipes that are going to various copper pipes, like there, look. Stainless steel into copper, into random isolation valves that have been under the floor. There's also stainless steel pipes around here for the old heating system. There you go, look. But yeah, it must have been, I think this must have probably been built during the, there was a copper shortage, I think, in the 70s. So they started using stainless steel pipe everywhere. So whenever we've got to get onto that for the existing side of the house, you're gonna have to use compression fittings to get onto that stainless steel, because obviously you can't solder onto it or press onto it. Well, I don't think you can press onto it. I won't be anyway. We'll use compression fittings for that. But yeah, there's just a mix of everything in here. But as I said, this side of the house is staying with the heating system. We're connecting onto it. Obviously we're going to redo all of this where there's dodgy pipe work and whatnot. These are the primaries that are going over to the cylinder. We're about to rip all the cylinder out, and we can take as much of this pipe work out as we can. But again, as we go, we're going to label everything up so we know what's what. That was where the original boiler was. So we've got the boiler primary flow returns there, heating flow returns there. But first off, we'll get this cylinder out and make a little bit of headway. So we're out the way of all the madness of all the trades. We're going to begin ripping this cylinder out and pipe work and all that sort of stuff. Get it labelled up. So first things first, Sharpie, and we're going to go round and mark up everything. Obviously hot off the top of the cylinder. So we'll go there. I'll also go a little bit further down. This is the cold. So cold feed. Cold. It's coming across at the minute. It's feeding a bathroom that's the back of there, so we'll make a note of that. Cold. And again, just do it everywhere because it can catch you out. And obviously got our heating, got our primaries coming here. So going to spend 5 minutes getting them all labelled up, getting them all marked up, and then we're going to cut the top off the cylinder because this is still full. Get it drained down, got the hose ready. Get this drained down and then begin ripping this out. And once we cut right down low, we can push them down through the floor, and then we're out of this room and we can begin working out what's what down below in the ceiling space. But yeah, just today, just trying to get your head around everything and work out what's what. Right, let's crack on with it. So we've got all the pipework marked up now, what we need to know for when we go underneath the floors. But now we've got to get the hot water cylinder drained out. So I've undone it off there. We'll whip it off the top here. Get it off. Like so. We'll get the hose in it. Suck it all out. So we'll just drop the hose straight down the top. Get it in, like so. Go downstairs, give it a little suck, pull the water through, get that drained down, and we can begin cutting it all out, and no doubt every man and his dog will come for the copper. Got to get it off site quick. Right, the hot water draining down now, we can begin getting this pipe work out. So we're going to detach it from the heating loops, get it off the valves. So detach it, so we'll undo it, get it all off and start ripping it all out. Right, we've got this airing cupboard now completely ripped out, as you can see. I'm cutting all the pipework back. Obviously the pipework that goes up to the tanks and the roof we're not going to have because we're having a pressurised cylinder. We have got, the back of this wall is another bathroom. Let me just show you, because we've got to be careful what we're capping off. Obviously no one's living here anyway till probably next year, but we've got this bathroom here. Obviously feeds coming through that wall there, and they are fed from these hot and colds here in this airing cupboard. So cold, hot, it's another cold going through there, and there's a hot going under the floor there. So we are going to have to get back onto these. I don't know how we're going to do that because I'm assuming this wall is going to come out, but we'll have to do that, have to approach that when we get to it. So what I'm going to do is just cut them off now, leave them marked up, cut them off, get this out, and then we'll go downstairs underneath, cut the pipework out from underneath. I want to try and get as much out as I can, just because A, because it's copper, but B, it just gets rid of any pipework that is now dead, and when we connect into it, I don't want to connect on old stuff. So rip it all out, spend the day ripping it all out, and then we have a fresh canvas to go at. So what we'll do, we'll begin cutting it out. And the reason I'm using the angle grinder is because, as I said, there's a lot of stainless steel. Some of that was stainless steel up there, some going in the roof was stainless steel, and then downstairs we've got loads of stainless steel. So instead of knackering the blades up in our cutters, just get it cut out with the angle grinder. It's a lot easier. So we'll whip this one out. It's another primary going into an air jet here. Obviously the primary goes in there, aerates around there, up into your heating system, and then this one just went to vent over the header tanks. So we'll get this cut out. That's the heating flow. So I've marked that downstairs. Get that out and we can work from there. So this is underneath. These are the primaries that we're going to cut out, and that's the heating flow that is coming along and into the system here, and then the heating flow returns are going off that way to feed the rest of the house, all this side of the house that we're just going to connect onto. The radiators are in place. Probably at a later date we'll change them, but when we put this system in, we're connecting onto the heating flow and return, leaving that as is, and then we're putting new rads, heating system, etc. in that side. So we're going to cut out the primaries, as I said, just to make it a little bit more obvious what's what. They're coming down here, 28 mils, we'll get them out, and we'll get these out as well because we're having new pipe work into there. So yeah, it's just all go here at the minute. It's absolute carnage here. So now we've got a lot of that pipe work cut out. I'm just in the garage area looking at where we're going to mount the boiler and get the pipe work through. So Ben is going to come out, who does my boiler work for me. He's going to come out and do the boiler work here, but it's going to be set here on a 37 kilowatt system boiler on here. Got to the primary flow and returns up into the ceiling through these joists, which is going to be a bit of a pain drilling them through, and then through there, and I'll take you through exactly where we've got to send them, because it's a little bit of a squeeze. We've got to get there quick because Charlie the Spark is getting his cables in, nicking all the best joist runs. So we're going to come through this joist here along, and then if you look up, well, I've drilled that hole there. That is the corner upstairs of the airing cupboard where the pressurised cylinder's got to go. So we've got to take our flow and return primaries from the boiler to there, and then we can work from that point back. So I'm just trying to get an access through We've got this cut out there, and then we're going to have to come through these timbers here, through them timbers there, and then that takes us right down into the garage. So I've just spent the last 20 minutes getting the holes through these joists all the way along here to take. We're going to have 28mm primaries to the boiler here, so we're going to run them in tomorrow when we pick some pipe up. They've gone through there, they've gone up to where the pressurised cylinder is going to go. We're just going to leave it under the floor for now. So what we've got to do now is bring a cold main over to go to the pressurised cylinder. So let's get some holes drilled. So I'm just getting the cold main through now to where the pressurised cylinder is going to go. And what I've done is drilled a hole right in the corner. Above here is where the cylinder is going to go, roughly around here. So we're having the primaries that I've just drilled through from the garage with the boiler. They're running through here. We've got to bring a cold main over to here. So I've drilled 22mm, well 25mm hole through here because the cold main is at the moment outside in the corner there. So we've got to somehow get it. I'm going to bring it straight from there. We've got to upgrade it as well because at the minute for some reason it's in 15mm. It's been feeding the house for 30 odd years with a 15mm cold main. So we're going to upgrade it to 22mm, but we've then got to bring it up somehow and then into this side of the house. But then we've got this steel here. They are dropping the ceiling somewhat, but we've got to get it through and then to where we're bringing it through here. So yeah, there's loads to get on with. There's loads to do here. We've again, like this, got a random bit of plastic here, which is then clipped up with a screw onto a John Guest elbow, then onto a bit of poly pipe, onto a compression coupler, onto stainless steel. So you can see just how much stuff has been bodged or somehow got onto in this house. So that's all coming out, and I think I showed it earlier. That's heating pipes with isolators, so it's gone from 15mm pipe down to 8mm through the middle of them. But yeah, we're going to take all that lot out. But yeah, we've got to get the cold over to the pressurised cylinder because then we can come off the combination block with balanced cold. We're going to have obviously balanced hot, pressurised hot, feeding the rest of the house. So yeah, we're drilling the holes through. As I said, we haven't got any pipe work or anything here. We're going to pick that up tomorrow and then crack on with getting some pipe work in. As soon as you start putting pipe work in, it seems to come together a little bit more. You can gauge exactly where you're at with it. But we've got to bring like, hot and colds into here, heating pipes into here because we're having a rad in. We've gone through the underfloor heating, as I said earlier. All this is going to be there at the minute, starting to Salatex over there. That's all going to be Salatexed and brought up there. We're going to have the manifold for the underfloor heating in here. So the company who are doing the screeding, they're putting the underfloor heating pipe work in and screeding it all in one go. So I said I want the manifold there because we can come straight off that manifold up with a flow and return back to the cylinder position, which is there. So yeah, today's been a bit of a brain ache really, trying to get my head around everything and be productive getting stuff in and out and whatnot. But yeah, I'm sort of getting my head around it. So tomorrow we'll get some pipe in and we'll start making a little bit of progress. Right then, day 2 and we are back. I've been to Plumb Base this morning, picked up, we've got a mixture of pipe work we're going to use on here. We've got plastic going in here. The reason being is it's the only way to run a load of pipe work through these joists. The customer and the architect, and when they drew the plans up for this, all the first fix that is out of sight is done in plastic. If I had my way, you do it all in copper, but it's a massive thing between speed, cost, so that's up to them. I can only fit on this job what they've spec'd. So we're putting plastic in here, we're putting the primaries, the 28mm primaries, going from the boiler, running all the way through, directly to underneath where the cylinder's gonna go. I'm gonna leave the pipework under there for the minute because above where the cylinder is going, we're not 100% sure exactly where we're gonna site it. So I wanna site that and then bring the pipework up from underneath so we can get it as neat as possible up there. But for now, we'll run this through, get it connected, get it out of there. When Ben comes to do the boiler on here, the gas supply is there, so what we'll do with that, or what he'll do with that, is run 28mm gas supply round on like Munson rings and whatnot across there. So we're going to have a system cleaner, Magna Clean on it, we're going to have a Sporotech aerator on it. And what I'll do on this one as well is put 2 flushing points on it as well. So basically just 2 T's cut into it with 2 lever valves or shut off valve butterfly valves, so that when we flush this system, it's so easy to just connect onto it. It's future-proofing it basically. So we'll get this. So we'll get the rest of this pipe work in, and then we can concentrate further into there. And we've got to begin getting the flow and returns down for the manifold, for the underfloor heating in the dining area in the kitchen. Then they'll take the mains over to where the cylinders go in. There's so much to do. It's just getting it done, getting it in as quick as we can at the minute. So let's crack on with this. Right, we started getting some pipe work through here. As I said, this job's been spec'd the first fix in plastic. So I always say, in every video and every time I put any big bank of pipe work in, always mark your pipes up. So you've got our primary flow and return going that way for the boiler. I've now put in hot, cold, heating flow and heating return. I'll put them pipes through there, and they're coming out through here. Because we've got this steel running the whole width of the building, and that way, the only place to get pipe work into this part of the building was through that bit there. Now, if we didn't get access there, we're going to have dropped the ceilings to get pipe work across there. It's all right for these sparkers. They can just sling a few little cables through these little holes and the ceiling's not going to affect it. But for us with the pipe work, we've got to send it through that way. So I bought a bank of pipe work through. I'm going to label them up here, mark them up this side, because the cylinder is here. So that gives us complete scope to go that way with hot and colds. We can connect on where we need to onto the existing heating system, which is here, that's feeding the rest of the house. But yeah, we're making a little bit of progress now, slinging some pipe in, and then that's coming through here. And I'll just take you through into the garage where the boiler's going to be, because we've got them hot and colds and those heating pipes in here. So we can go anywhere we like in here now. I think there's a couple of rads going over there, and this is a utility, so we've got to bring hot and cold into here. A couple of rads in that bedroom above, rads in here. No, sorry, underfloor heating in here, so that's all right. It's just about getting that pipe work in and giving us the scope within here to get heating pipes in, hot and cold supplies in. So let's get them marked up and just finish off where we need to put them. So I've made some progress today. I'm just now bringing across the hot and colds through the joist here. We bought the main hot and colds through here. So we're going to take hot and colds across here now to this point here. Where this steel is here, this is where the island's going for the kitchen, and across there. So they're going to have the sink there. So what we're going to do, bring hot and colds across, drop down for that, but then above here is where another bathroom's going. So 22mm hot and cold, split off down there for 15mm, and it gives us the 22mm to feed the bathroom above. Again, it's a pressurised system. The pressure coming straight off the cylinder is going to be fine. 22mm, we can drop down to 15mm as and where we need it in the bathroom. But if we just bring them straight across here, we're ready to put them wherever we need to. We've also got to bring heating pipes over here for a towel rail in this bathroom above, and then above here is a bedroom. So I've just been through with a client. We've got to bring heating pipes into this part of the room, and also above here, this is a utility. The sink's going here for the utility, and units all the way along. So what I'm going to do for this is, we've got hot and colds coming through here. This is where the boiler's going to go. So I'm going to drop 2 hot and colds down there, and then once this is plastered and skimmed, we can run hot and cold straight across there, ready for it to come out. They're going to be beyond the units. It's not a problem at all. So yeah, we made a good bit of progress on it. I'm only here for today, then I'm back next week to begin running these heating pipes round there. It's not holding anyone up. I think next week the screeders are coming to do the underfloor heating. Manifolds going over in there. So what the lads have got to do is chop this concrete up here, so they can lay the underfloor heating and then screed back to this level, the whole complete area. So we'll leave them to do that. I wanted to do the underfloor heating, but cost-wise, that's what the builder's doing on that side. So it is what it is. So pretty good day today. Pretty good first couple of days, to be fair, on this job. Breaking the back of it, getting your head into knowing where everything's going to go. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, drop me a comment below. Let me know what you think. We're going to be on this job for months and months and months, probably into February next year. On and off, but then when it all comes together, we'll be second fixing 2 bathrooms, heating system. Ben will be doing the boiler, pressurised cylinder. Plenty to come out. So yeah, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out this big project.